Hi, I'm Heather French Henry, the host of Heart of Gold, a monthly program whose mission is to highlight examples of what makes Louisville, Kentucky the most compassionate city in the world, as declared by Mayor Greg Fisher. This series features local nonprofit organizations of all shapes and sizes, which are working to improve the quality of life for all Louisville citizens. Thank you for joining us, and a special thanks to WHAS-TV for generously producing this series. This segment features We Day Kentucky. Free the Children is a Canadian nonprofit dedicated to empowering generations of young people to shift the world from me to we. From a focus on the individual of the power of the community, they believe every young person has the potential and the power to positively change the world. In 2006, Free the Children created We Day, a global movement that brings youth together to celebrate their actions. They believe young people today need a starting point, and We Day is that starting point. You can't buy a ticket to We Day. You earn it through service by leading one local and one global service action. The global We Day movement was brought to Kentucky in 2012 by Wendy and Chris Sirchio, and to date has led to approximately 100,000 hours of youth-based service learning projects to our state, with over $500,000 in incremental social value. So we are here today with Wendy Sirchio, the We Day ambassador and co-founder of We Day Kentucky. Wendy, tell me a little bit about your background and what is We Day?
Well, thank you. First of all, it's so nice to be here today,
it's
Heather,
great,
and I'm so delighted to have the opportunity to share a bit with you about We Day and We Day Kentucky. I am from Vermont. First of all, I am not from Kentucky.
Well, welcome to Kentucky.
Thank you. My family and I moved here about 5 years ago. I was formerly a diplomat. My husband and my family and I had lived overseas for a number of years, and I had worked in Kenya and New York at our mission to the UN, and Austria and Belgium, and then we lived in Switzerland where our children were born before coming here. So
that's quite a background. And so Kentucky just came into your scope of being.
My husband accepted a job here with Brown Forman. So we were
great.
very happy to move here. We'd never been to Kentucky, and we have found it to be truly one of the most wonderful, hospitable, and compassionate places that we could imagine having landed. So it's nice to be here.
Well, we're glad to have you and
Thank
all
you.
of your experience here in your family. So tell me about We Day and how it got started and what exactly it is for our audience.
We Day it's really a movement. It is right now the largest youth social justice movement on Facebook. There are over 3 million followers, and it's really a platform and a movement which was created by two brothers. They founded Free the Children 20 years ago. And 10 years after founding their nonprofit, which is the largest nonprofit now for children, helping children through education, they took a look and they said, you know, we can do more. Their nonprofit was very successful, but they really wanted to empower young people to feel that they could make a difference in any area that they felt passionately about and at any age. So they created this movement whereby students commit to doing a local service project, a global service project. They do this throughout the school year, and then this is Carter County during their Jeans Drive. They came to We Day last year, our mini We Day Kentucky.
So tell me, when you say they came to We Day, so I understand that you can't really purchase a ticket. This is something that you earn, you work to earn.
Exactly. There are two parts to We Day. There's the movement, there's the year-long program of service learning and doing service projects, and then there's the celebration. And the celebration is what people generally think of when they hear about We Day. And this was something that it started in Toronto. There were 15,000 youth and educators who came. It has spread across Canada in every major Canadian city, and now it's coming to the U.S. And it is a day where people, performers, entertainers, social justice icons, politicians, who are really living me to we and really giving back, inspire young people and celebrate the fact that they have earned their ticket to be there by doing service. And so they really try to just empower them to be these agents of change and active citizens that we need so much in the world.
Well, having children, certainly we all understand that as they grow, it's a constant me sort of society, and that seems so ingrained. And I think as a parent, you want to teach your children about being involved, and instead of looking inward, to look outward. So what do you think what do you think is the true impact of this movement on society, and where do you hope that it goes?
Oh my goodness. Well, first of all, it has made such an impact in North America, involving schools across Canada and in many parts of the United States, and we certainly hope that it keeps going. But the reason that we wanted to bring it to Kentucky is that we, having moved here and been just embraced by this wonderful community, really felt that as the most compassionate city in the U.S., possibly the most compassionate city in the world, and a state that has such a need, we really felt that we wanted to bring this movement to young people here, because when you look at the measurable impact that they have garnered over the past 9 years with data, students are 5 times more likely to join a social cause, a movement to make a difference. They are 8 times more likely to actually begin a campaign which would address a social problem of some sort. They are volunteering. 80% of them are volunteering after they go through this program. 83% of them are donating to nonprofits. And in the last election in Canada, where they've been doing this longer, 79% of this age group voted, which is amazing. I mean, these are active citizens, and who doesn't need more young people like that in any state, not just in Kentucky?
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, thank you for bringing it here. And we also understand that you held your 3rd annual We Day Kentucky here in April, and nearly 1,500 students and educators participated. What was that like?
It was amazing. When my husband and I first met Craig Kielberger 3 years ago and learned about We Day, we were absolutely amazed and impressed, and we spent months learning about the organization. We even followed him on a trip to Kenya so that we could really spend more time together. And we were just determined that we would bring this to the area. So we started this group of children. Our first attendees in April 2013, they were at the Muhammad Ali Center. They very generously opened their spaces to us. So we had 175 students. They're holding their posters for positive change that they made. Mayor Fisher came and spoke. We had a lot of community leaders who were there with these students from about 25 different schools. And 6 of those schools had been participating throughout the year. The others came to observe. But they had an amazing day. And the next year we filled the Boemhart Theater at the Kentucky Center. We had 600 students and educators from about 45 schools. And then last year we had 100 schools from across the state participating. You saw the picture of the Carter County students with their jeans drive.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. They came from the farthest distance.
So when a school sets up a curriculum of We Day, are there guidelines, or is it just whatever service-driven project is pertinent to their community, or are you looking at a statewide effort or a global effort?
Well, it can be really any of those things, provided there are the 2 components fulfilled. One is the local and one is the global, and that is because we believe it's very important for students to learn what the challenges are, what the needs are at home, and to be active in their communities, but then also to be more connected with the broader world, because it is a big world, but there are
it's seemingly small, though, when you think of the
is.
connection.
And the challenges that young people and communities in Kenya or in Haiti or in Ecuador might face are very similar to those that we face in our own way. So schools will sign up. They'll sign up online and register for, to become a We Act school. And then they will receive a campaign kit. There's no charge for it. That's sent out. And basically it helps walk students and educators through, how do you plan a campaign? How do you set up a fundraiser? How do you set up a car wash? There are all kinds of resources available online and also in the hard copy.
Sounds like such a wonderful initiative, and I'm sure if anyone has any questions out there, they can contact you.
They absolutely can.
At wendy@weday.com.
That's correct.
And you can also find out more about We Day on our www.compassionatelouisville.org. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
And join us next time on Heart of Gold.